Yes, it's a great night tonight. Oh man, these Santa Ana winds, man. Oh man, that's so good. Yeah. Hey, hello out there. Yep, the Santa Ana winds here in California are really something. Yep, hopefully we can talk about anything tonight if you. I'll put the link later on, a little bit in a while, but come back. Hey, hello out there. What a great night this is. We'll put on the link in a few minutes. Trying to get things ready here. Today my brother would have been 54 today, and we went to the cemetery to pay his respects and honor him. He passed away a year ago, the day before his birthday, and went there with the family, with my mom and my brothers and sisters, to pay homage to my brother who died uh, about a year ago. He would have been 54 today. Mhm. Mhm. Hey, hello, Sam. How are you? Yeah, I was just talking about. Today we went to the. I went. We went. I went to the cemetery with my family to pay homage to my brother who passed away a year ago. Today he would have been 54 years old. Oh, thanks, Sam. Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna put the link right now. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, I'm not pretty. Not that. Yep, there's a link up there. If anybody wants to come up, it's a link. Yeah, it was sad, but I can remember him. Okay. Ba, 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 ha, ha. Oh man. Let me see. Check something out here. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, we have every. I tell you, the drama we hear here in these communities, the people we hear here, this, the people all day long going on here. I mean, not just in. I mean, it's in all communities and on Facebook here on YouTube. I mean, you go to one community, there's shit going there, go to another one, there, another one, another one. It just never stops, and then it just keeps going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny, going and going like the Energizer Bunny. Yeah, I tell you, man, it just has this neck. It just mm, ba 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 ba. Let's go back and it's everywhere to be. High again, high again, high again. Let's see here. Let's see what we have here. A lot of interesting stories here in the news. Here it says three Filipino fishermen die in South China Sea after their boat is hit by a passing commercial vessel. Oh my God, that's horrible. About my speaker. Well, hey Sam,
Hey, man.
how are you?
Oh, this Rev, these people. Were you there at my 12-hour stream, my last one?
What was that yesterday?
When was it? Like, yeah, I think it was.
I think I saw part of it like that. I
Abe
didn't
was
see.
Abe was on. I had to take it down because of Rev.
Oh,
Man,
because all this.
it was good, you know?
Oh, it was all. And oh, wait a minute. I think I saw Poon on your
Poon
site
showed
channel.
up. He argued with B-Sox.
Oh my
Ray
God.
Ray came and Rev fucked it up because He said the name of a woman.
Oh yeah. Well. Rev's been having a beef with Ray, for quite some time now.
He beef with a lot of people, man.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
wish
that's
I
Rev.
never met the guy.
That's Rev,
Really,
man. He's just
these people, Carlos.
yeah.
I mean, they're out there in real life. You and me are pretty normal, but some of these people, and they
Yes, I
show up
know.
on it, right?
Oh yeah, you tell me, man. I seen a whole bunch of them in real life. Huh? Yeah, when I was down in Mexico, lived over there for
Uh-huh.
6 months. Man, I met some of the most funniest guys. You talk to and some of the most weirdest guys like Ren.
Yeah.
Hey, here's my friend Jamie. I want you to meet him. He's a
Okay.
good friend of mine. He's from another community. He's a musician. Okay.
All right.
Hey, Jamie, what up, dude?
Carlos, brother, I've been missing you, man, but I wanted to pay back the respect. You come and support me, dude, and you come up on my panel before. Um, and hi to your co-host there, uh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sam Hill. Yeah.
Good to meet you, man.
Yeah.
I
Great
just,
man. This.
I wanted to show you some love, bro. How are you, Carlos? You doing
Oh,
okay?
I'm doing fine, man. Doing fine.
Good.
Mhm. Good, fine. But hey, man, you're one of the most. This guy, Sam, is
Uh-huh.
one of the most funniest guys I ever seen you.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
What
Usually
about
I'm an
me?
asshole.
What
No,
about
you're not.
me? I'm not chopped liver.
Yeah. I thought Pooh used to be one funny guy, but I don't know about.
Poon,
Mm,
Poon fell in love, and they tried to do their love thing on the internet, and they got a
yeah.
bunch of trolled. And then I guess he's quit. He
Yeah.
didn't know that, you
You
know.
know.
You know that's everywhere now, man. There's so many fucking troll. This social media bullshit, dude. It's just
Mhm.
cutthroat now. It's just really ridiculous.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
it used to be like you're drunk, you're a piece of shit. Now everybody throws around the P word and talk about kids.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, that's
I've
good.
been
Yeah,
around
yeah,
for
yeah,
6 years, Jamie.
It's
yeah.
horrible. Do
I
you
got a bunch
remember?
of trolls.
Yeah, just like a whole bunch of guys. Do you remember that guy from that guy from who used to be on who used to go who sometimes he has a lot of troll accounts, that guy Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Was he
Yeah.
the one that peed in a mason jar on the bottom?
No, I don't think that was
Jamie,
him.
that's nothing. We have this guy, American Dream. He shit on airman.
Yeah.
Ah,
Gross.
come on.
Right, Carlos? To
It's
make
Yeah.
not that that's shock value. It's just disgusting.
Oh yeah, it works for a while, you know, like the guy would put a
Yeah.
butt plug up his butt, you know, shock guy.
God
But I
damn.
think people got tired of it.
Hey, pardon me for a minute. I got to run to the kitchen.
All right, BJ. Yeah. You
I
know.
walked to the kitchen.
Yeah, me too.
I want to run.
Well,
It's a short run, probably.
yeah. You know that guy who was on who you said B Sox in Football Party.
Poon Houndler came up, and then B Sox was there, and they're going at it. Yeah,
Oh man, B Sox.
it was good. It was a good. It's a shame. I'd take it down. You know.
Well, they took him. Well, B Sox used to hang out with Mark Cherry, but I think he got into a I don't know, he got into some
Well,
fight.
Mark will. Yeah, I've seen that. Mark will have him up as long as he's a value or
Yeah,
entertaining. So when the real B Sox came out, Mark just played the arc. You know,
yeah,
Mark's okay, but he's not going to be loyal or anything like that. He's there to make money, entertain.
yeah. That's one thing. He's makes really money,
Yeah.
but he's still one of the most hated guys here on that
Really?
community.
Oh, I don't hate him. I kind of like the guy,
Yeah.
but you know, but
Uh,
you're
yeah,
desensitized after a while.
yeah.
But Mark's there's a lot people worse than Mark. I'm fine with Mark.
Oh, yeah, I seen a whole bunch of worship. Oh man, you
Right?
talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, one time I was on a panel
Hmm.
with I actually was on Glenn's panel. This was about a year and a half ago.
Uh-huh.
It was on Glenn's panel, and
Right?
there was a guy, and there was guy called Invalid, and Invalid was up on the side check, and he had a beat with somebody up there, And he comes up on panel, and there's this guy called Jokerfish. Oh my God, he said some of the nastiest,
Too bad.
awful things about children. This guy
Whoa.
is awful, man. This guy was
Oh,
talking the worst stuff ever. He
yeah.
was saying a whole bunch of stuff, and then he said something, and you know what he said later on? He told a friend that we were giving him a hard time. No way! What a hard
Well,
time?
the thing about the internet is anyone can basically have a channel.
Yeah,
Most people are average,
yeah.
and some people are mean, and mean gets attention. But
Yeah, well, you know what? Here's the thing. YouTube does not give a fuck about trolls. That you can report shit all day long. I got one that just has been riding me for a year. He screen records every single thing I do, and then edits it and twists it around and makes me look like shit. And then he does premieres, and he sold out my whole community to me.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Bieber, is that the guy?
No. Bieber was nothing. This dude is Ace Ventura, but I know who it is. But he's just a horrendous. He has harassed me and my girlfriend, man, for over a year. I report it. YouTube does nothing. So you know
YouTube
what?
doesn't
Fuck it,
care.
man.
No,
Oh man.
Nobody signs a contract to come on this motherfucker, right? So you're hoping that people have some sense about them, but
well,
it's just rampant. It's
Yeah.
rampant.
to me, I have my ex, one of my co-hosts. It's just a psycho bitch, and she just comes after me. She just make up stuff, and some people they just want to believe the bad stuff, man.
Yeah.
No evidence. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
Right,
the trick is to still have a good time, and not
You're
because a
exactly
lot
right.
of people get real bitter and stuff.
There's a lot of sheep, man, that just believe what they see or hear and go right along with it. But here's the thing. If I put up a song, though, Carlos and Sam, if I put up a song and it is not getting painted with copyright strike, boom, boom, in a heartbeat. They'll strike it and block it. But they won't do nothing about the motherfuckers harassing the hell out of you. That's really important.
I just did a 12-hour stream and had to take it down because a slime bucket Rev said the name of this lady.
Isn't that
so
something?
12 hours down.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, Rev, you don't want to meet them.
Well, guess what happened to me today? It was very interesting. I woke up, I had a little bit of whiskey left, drank that. I have to have that, kind of wake up, get motivated. And I got a phone call, and the call on the screen said police union. And I was like, oh, this is going to be good. So I screen recorded it, and what it is it was automated police solicitation. This is the police. I just put it up on my live stream. I mean, excuse me, on my channel. Asking me for money to protect the police. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh man. Oh, okay.
I once went to a rodeo sponsored by the police, and for the next 6 years, I got solicitations like every week.
Oh man.
Sam, yeah, you fucked up, didn't you?
Oh yeah, because we were talking about, we talked about.
That's funny, dude.
We talk about accountability. For
that's
cops,
the truth.
Oh
my God, that's funny.
We discussed that before that. We belong to the accountability for cops community, all that kind of stuff and everything. This morning I was talking to somebody in another chat, and I said, well, in Texas, I heard that this cop threw this pregnant woman, like pushed a pregnant woman. And I said, well, she should have went. No, I saw the video. She said, well, she should have messed up the cops. And I said, no, I saw the video. The video indicated that the cop was out of line. The cop was out of line. And you know where I saw that video? Over at CFW Carolina, Fort Worth. That's what she showed that video. I think it was yesterday or the other day. Yeah, Carolina. You probably know her, Sam. Poon. She used to go on Poon's panel about a while back.
What was her name?
Carolina. That's her name, from Texas.
No, yeah, I don't even know if I watched his.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah,
I
she's
spent
good.
10 minutes on Poons. Oh, I didn't watch.
You used to come up on my panel, Carlos.
Yeah.
used to come up on my panel when we talk. I mean, she is strictly wants to talk about civil rights, man. And I love
Yeah.
that. I think that she really took bull by. She took a lot of heat when she first started. You know, people calling her
Hey,
Tampa
you
Bay
know,
Baker and bullshit like that. You know, but she fought through it, and now she's really big. And I
oh
really
yeah,
admire her, dude. She goes out a lot by herself and
yeah,
cop watches, and I mean, she's got balls, and
oh
she's got more
yeah,
balls than half the guys in the community. She really does.
exactly. You
I
know,
know a little
exactly.
bit about civil rights and history and how great Martin Luther King was, standing up to the power structure, knowing that he was going against the people who would and did put him in jail. That was courage, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. You know, like well, you know, okay, you know, Sam, you know, Sam, Joe Cool, huh?
Yeah, he's been on a
Okay,
couple times.
yeah, he's been
He's
on
one of
a,
those watchers, auditors, I think they call
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah, he's one
But
of them.
I didn't I argued with him because he's sitting in his car smoking dope, and I said, "Man, you're watching the people are supposed to follow the law. The police are, and there you are breaking the law, and yet you're an auditor. You're gonna."
Yeah,
He hasn't
uh,
been on lately. It's been a
I don't
while,
necessarily think
like a
he's a, he's
year,
a
well,
two.
he's
yeah. I
on
don't
video.
necessarily think he's an auditor or
Yeah,
a watcher. He really I think he wants to keep cops in check. You know, there's been so
Yeah,
much bullshit in Chicago that's just
yeah.
absolutely horrid.
Yep.
How they're running their administration and stuff, and he just shows up on the scene and turns on the camera. Maybe a cop watcher, but I mean, you know,
Uh-huh.
he really.
I,
And when they start fucking with him, he just goes, "Hey, chill out, baby."
you
You know.
got that good personality,
Yes, he
man.
does. He knows how to. He knows how to
I
commiserate and not get arrested. Yeah.
talking
yeah,
about Chicago. I think all those black kids getting killed. You got to wonder if they were white, there'd probably be a bigger reaction. I think.
Of course, of course. People
yeah.
can say all day long that that shit doesn't matter, but it does.
Of course, it matters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it does
does.
matter. It sure does matter. It's sad for those families. Look at the family, what those families are going through, man. It just,
I
It,
mean,
it's like,
if you look back now, 2 years
uh,
ago, when Floyd, you know, they killed Floyd with a knee on the neck.
mhm,
That not only sparked a riot in the states. I'm
uh,
talking about it was world fucking
oh
wide,
yeah,
and
and our
Australia
enemies will
rebelled,
use that. Yeah.
Sweden. I'm talking about it was
Oh yeah.
worldwide, dude.
Yep.
So that's heavy. That tells you that the majority of the population all around the world is sick and fucking tired of being harassed and fucked with. And you know, I'm so glad that they got convicted because that rarely happens with police.
Yeah, but
They
yeah,
now with
rarely.
these cameras, it makes it
That's why.
easier. I think
That's
it's
what did
yeah.
it.
better. Yeah.
If there wouldn't have been no camera,
Yep.
that would have gone right
Oh,
by the wayside.
absolutely, Jamie. Yeah, it's a good
Exactly.
thing. It's a good thing.
You know what I said? You know what I said when that guy got convicted? I said to myself, "Oh my God, the insurance company must be so happy because if
Yeah,
there would have been a riot, I mean, look at all the money they
Yeah.
had to pay. You know, from all the structure they had to pay. The
Right.
insurance companies probably were so happy. I bet those jurors and even the prosecutor they got probably uh, uh, free insurance. You don't have to pay for insurance in a year for your car. You
Hmm.
know, they got
Yeah.
you know what I'm
phew.
thinking, Carlos, is this is that there is so much heat now, and there's so many people going out. You know, I mean, it's just there's just an abundance of people that are really like Long Island Audit. They're getting in the cops' business so hard and trying to keep them in check that and they're
It
getting sued left and
over.
right.
Yeah.
People are actually, you know, filing lawsuits and stuff like that, and they're winning. Long Island Audit has won his. He's been arrested 6 times, won all his cases. Sooner or later, the insurance company is going to say, "Hey, man, we got to back out of this shit. We can't support you." I mean, they have
Yeah.
the right to say no, and then it's
Right.
going to be no more qualified immunity, and maybe these motherfuckers will finally. Cops think they can get away with murder, and they do because they're protected.
Well, in the old days, they did. I think it's probably changed now in the cities, But it's a mess, man. I don't know.
I don't know why it won't clean up either, Sam, because you know they know that there's going to be a camera on him, and they still fuck up.
And
It's a weird thing being a police. It's strange psychologically anyway, walking around with a weapon on your hip all day long as part of
It
your
is.
job. That's got to mess you up, man. Hey, what's the name of your channel? I'd like to check it out.
It's just Jamie, but you can on the search bar there, you can just on YouTube, you can just type in Shardy Boy,
Shardy,
SHAR.
what's this Shardy boy?
that's how they
Shardy boy.
call them.
Yeah, it used to be Shardy Boy,
Yeah,
SHARTYBOY, no spacing,
Hang on,
yeah,
man.
and
S
I'll
H
yeah. I knew
A
them.
what?
Yeah, that's where I met them over at.
S
yeah,
H R
Carlos.
T I E.
Yeah,
Uh,
No,
What?
RTY.
Oh, SHARTY. Is that right?
And then boy, but no spaces, just it's all
Okay.
one word.
Hey, I'll find it, man.
You'll see
yeah,
Jamie pop right up.
Yeah, you should
yeah.
check out my channel
Oh
too.
yeah,
I
check them
will,
out. You're
man. I
gonna.
will, dude. And I like your avatar there. Is that Robert E. Lee?
Wow, good close, right? wrong color, brother. Wrong color.
Oh, you're yeah. Oh my God, it's
No,
fuck. Don't tell me it's he was the Yankee general.
And president.
Yes, he was the president after Lincoln.
Yeah.
Grant.
No, he wasn't after Lincoln. This is Ulysses S. Grant.
I said Grant. Yeah,
Grant, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I thought
yeah.
that was a young picture of
Um,
me at
uh,
first.
my theory on the Civil War is if Lincoln had not been assassinated, the blacks would have gotten their civil rights because Lincoln would have continued sending militias down south. But this guy Johnson, Southerner, followed him, and he was the most racist president in history. So, but Grant came after that, maybe.
You know what? Grant really didn't want the promotion to do that war. It's what I've
Mm.
read.
Well,
But he
I
took it.
read the classic is a biography of Grant by Chernow, and as a matter of fact, Grant he was a failure in civilian life. You know,
Yeah,
he worked as a clerk, and it's only through the wars and military that he became a great man and later president.
yeah.
So probably he did want to get into it. I wonder about that because that's where his life was made. Otherwise, he worked. He couldn't make it very well. He got so poor. He would go sell wood for fire in the
Wow.
local town. So he got really poor, and the
Wow.
war brought him everything. You know?
Yeah. Isn't that something, man? That so many men lost their lives over ridiculous shit, man.
Well, yeah, slavery. Lincoln said slavery was our sin, and we're still paying for it. You
Of
know?
course. Yeah. Yeah.
The thing is, I really don't believe that blacks should get any special rights legally. But the reality is, if you could be black or white, I'd probably want to be white because there's still prejudice. But I believe like in the merit thing. Just don't throw money at people.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a.
But I've been like I was married to a black woman. My first girlfriend was a black woman. Oh, your company.
Did you?
No, sorry, no, the TV was on, so like that. Nothing continued.
You know what I have found out in on the just the years I've been on YouTube, which is about 4. A lot of people that I talk to and stuff don't even realize that slavery did not start here. It had been going on for fucking hundreds of years by the English.
Of course. Well, yeah, and no one's innocent. The blacks sold other blacks, and the
That's
Spanish,
exactly right. That's
and the Jewish
exactly
people,
right.
and the Arabs, and
That's
but
exactly right.
historically, all the nations are bloody and right.
But we get the stain because it was made such a big deal by the Civil War.
Correct. Well, yeah, slavery. The English had slavery, but they used their parliament to get rid of it. But they had, yeah, of course. But Washington. All the I grew up under the myth that the plantation owners thought that the blacks were just subhuman.
Right.
But reading these biographies, the plantation owners did realize, because they worked with them, that these were human beings, but the economy would just fall apart without them.
It would, and that's what they were scared. The South was scared about that.
Yeah, but still, very few people owned slaves. So all of this nonsense was over the super elite at that time, the plantation owners, because most Southerners didn't own slaves or probably even benefited from it.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna be, totally honest, in the from the 1700s and the 18
Uh-huh.
to the mid 1800s, that the South produced a lot of shit for this country, man. I'm talking about cotton, you
Uh-huh.
know, corn, beans, all that
Right.
that could not grow up north.
Right.
So
A lot of
and it was
agriculture, cotton, of
huge.
course.
Yet it was a huge,
Yeah.
huge, um,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a huge deal going on with the manufacturing of so much that people relied on clothes, from that cotton and everything.
Textiles were
Textiles,
absolutely. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
But the cost of the Civil War was far greater than any financial gain. And
And
look
and
what it
not
did to our
not only was
country.
it the Civil War, not only was it to
Hmm.
for the abolition of slaves, but
Hmm.
it was about money. I mean, you got to be honest about it. It
Money
was
was a big part of it,
big,
but
oh yeah,
ultimately, the war was won when Lincoln decided to make slavery the moral issue.
yeah, yeah.
But the slavery, there was parts of America were abolitionists, but I guess there was more to the entrance of the war than just that issue. That issue became much bigger later on. It's complicated, right?
It is, man. It
Money's
is.
always an issue.
And I don't even think about the war in the sense that um the fighting or what it was about. I think about the families, man,
Hmm.
where their father, their husband didn't come back home, and then what are they going to do? How did they make it? Then these women and the children, they had to be very, very strong to overcome all that, man, and prosper. You know what I mean?
It's a death. Remember the population was such a smaller percentage than now that death
Yeah,
just overtook every small town because
we
the
did.
dead
Yeah.
would come back, and it changed. It was just a total depression of
Hmm.
society.
Yeah, it's amazing that we've come as far as we have after that.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Have you been
The
to
human is
Gettysburg?
is an amazing thing. It really is
It is the
what we
best
are.
country in the world. Have you been to Gettysburg, Jamie?
I have not. Yes, I have. I went in '85. My history class took
Mm-hmm.
a tour, of a history tour, and I went to Jefferson's home. I went to Mount Vernon. I went in the World Trade Centers. I was at the top of them things, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then to
Well,
see
in,
them
in
fall.
Gettysburg, remember, it's like psychologically, whatever. There's a feeling to it. It's so I've been there twice. It's
It's
incredible.
all a feeling, dude. Like
Yeah,
when I walked on Mount Vernon, man, and we saw Washington's home and
yeah,
stuff, and it was all preserved so beautifully.
yeah. I've
Jefferson's
been there
home
as a
is
kid.
preserved.
It's outside of Washington D.C., not too far. Yeah,
Jefferson's home, man, is an amazing thing. All the stuff that he invented,
never
his
been
huge
there.
clock,
Hmm.
and when you walk in, then the
Hmm.
tunnels that went out, to the back
Right,
to the farms and stuff like that. It was a beautiful, beautiful place. All that stuff, man. So much I can't even remember.
right.
But we went to the battle sites, and we heard all about what happened there, and it was very. I needed that in my life, dude. At that
Right.
time, I think it matured me a little bit. From going out of high school, getting ready to go to college, it was perfect for me to really. I had not, dude. I was racing cars and shit and fucking with
Hmm.
women, girls. Then to have that happen, go on that trip and stuff. It kind of like,
It sobers you,
I
but
was just
travel
gonna
opens
say,
you up to the world anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, guys, look, I'm gonna step down. Just
See,
Carlos.
nice meeting you,
All right,
Jamie.
then, Jamie. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming, Jamie.
man. Hey, yeah, sub to my channel there if you found it, and
I
I'll
will.
follow you
Yeah.
back.
Do you bring if you bring people up? I'll come up too, man. I'm a
Hey,
good
I would
guest.
love, dude. Do I bring people up? That's what I'm about, Carlos. Right?
Yep, right,
I
of
love.
course. Yeah, got some funny guys
Yeah,
here.
I know a lot. I know, like, I have degrees in psychology and education and stuff like
I
that,
love it,
man.
Sam. I love you,
Yeah,
bright day, dude.
I'll be over there for sure.
And we got some beautiful women that come up too, so
Mhm.
they'll hang out with us.
That's
Okay.
even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love talking history. I just got to run to the
Me
store,
too.
but
See you, man. See you.
Okay.
Carlos,
Hey,
love you, my man. Good
all
to
right,
see
you
you
too, man,
again. And
Jimmy,
I
and
remember
take
when you
care,
first
man.
started, baby. I was on your side right from the beginning, and
Yep.
you taking a lot of horse shit, but you came through good, and you keep staying strong, my man.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man.
All right, take care.
You
See ya.
too. You too, man. Take care, man.
Oh, Manor likes history. I like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
did a
Oh yeah.
history show the other day. The views are fine, but only like 2 people in chat cared. All the
Wow.
comments were like about B-Sox. So it's nice that I
Well,
met somebody who likes this stuff.
well, I hate to say it, but half of those chat you have there, man, are only looking for what's happening, what's wrong with it.
Yeah, but remember Howard Stern said you want 50% haters and 50% people like you.
Oh yeah, that's
I
true.
get that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yes, it's true. And people are gonna love you. People are gonna hate you. What
Well,
you're
it's the
from.
passion. It's like comments.
Yeah.
Even maybe the negative comments, maybe you want because it shows people care enough to make a
Yeah.
comment. What you don't want is just no feeling at all. Like when I
Exactly.
watch most of these shows, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? So if you
Yeah.
care
You.
enough to comment, that's a good thing. Or
Exactly.
even, yeah, even I know
Exactly.
it's like a few but Carlos, first of all, I know who the major slime bucket troll is. A few people can appear as a lot because they put their time into it. Haters,
Yeah.
like in these discords, and I'm just a small streamer, but a lot of people talk about me. Usually attack
Oh
me
yeah.
if they
Well,
know
yeah.
me.
No, that me too. I'm a small streamer too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot of people
If
coming
you're
in.
if you're a big streamer, you're worried you'll get your channel down,
Yeah.
especially
Oh
if you
yeah.
require money. And so I wanted to hit 1,000 subs,
Well,
but
the figure. Yeah, the bigger people. I mean, the more people that come in.
uh,
I mean, and other people are gonna come after you.
yeah,
And I noticed some of the people.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
then yeah, if you're too small, nobody want to bother.
Yeah. I mean,
The
look at
bigger you
the.
get,
I mean, even some of the work, even some people I
uh-huh.
see, like there was some. Oh man, we had a lot of. There's this guy in another community. He does news
Uh-huh.
most of the stuff. Hey, hello, Big Matty. How are you?
I can't
Big
see
Matt.
chat, by the way.
Yes, Big Matty song
Oh,
seminar.
is that Maddie?
Yeah,
Oh, Maddie, come on up, man.
yeah. Come up,
The
baby.
good part about Carlos is there's only a couple people, so there's absolutely no pressure. Just good conversation with
Yeah, no
Carlos and
pressure.
a
Yeah,
couple
that's true.
people in chat. If you
Yeah,
want to come up, Maddie,
yeah. I don't
good
know
time
how
to come
trolls
up.
on my side chat. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how trolls on my side chat. I think I'm
I've
not.
experimented. I just said, okay, I went to my USA channel. No, I got rid of all the mods. I like them, but I
Yeah.
want to see what happened. Only one mod, Becky, and it seemed to work. Because if everybody is a mod, when somebody comes in new, it might get in trouble. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it seemed to work. Although I did, there's this one I know, and she keeps bringing up kids in a vile, vile way.
Oh man, just like that guy, Red Baron.
Oh yeah, I've always, I've been here 6 years, but I joined a group, so people have always gone after me.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, there's a
but then
guy.
if you just want to be nice and not talk about drama, nobody watches.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, nobody
You know,
watches. That's true. Nobody
people watch.
watches.
Yeah,
Well,
nobody
there's a
watches.
guy. Yeah, there's a guy who does news. He's
Hmm.
about. He does like true crime news and stuff for that. And
Okay,
he is called Turtle Boy, not the turtle we know from
right, a different one.
a
Yeah,
different one. And he
I've
has
heard
about
that guy. Yeah.
yeah, and this guy has about he averages about 1,000 views on his show.
Wow,
Yeah,
pretty good.
1,000 views. He
You
does
mean live views?
yeah live
Oh,
views on his
that's
side
a
channel.
lot. Yeah, pretty
Oh yeah,
good.
he's going. And he's been, before that, he was in a lot of. He got in trouble. I mean, he got into some disputes uh, with some lady called from a place called in a stream called Maxwell Report.
Uh-huh.
It's a channel where they
Uh-huh.
go after bad YouTubers, like worse guys, like
Oh, that sounds interesting.
yeah, like Cyrix.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Actually, I've seen a couple. He's really an ugly guy, right?
Yeah, ugly
Very
guy.
strange looking guy.
Strange looking guy. Oh yeah,
I really don't watch him, but I've
yeah,
heard of him, seen a couple clips.
yeah. Well, they had this person, the streamer Kate. That's her name. She had a beef with a guy named Brian from a place called a channel called News New England.
Uh-huh.
This guy had one during the pandemic. He had a great channel. He was averaging about 200 people on his
Wow.
chats watching through that. He had a
Wow.
lot of great guests, a lot of
Uh-huh.
channel everything, and he invited somebody to his channel, some guy that nobody likes,
Uh-huh.
and his top mods and everybody told him, "Hey man, what's up? Why you bringing this guy? What the fuck?"
Right.
And guess what happened?
What happened?
He called these guys just because he called these guys the P word.
Uh-huh.
He called them the P word, and they left his channel.
Right.
And the channel went down, down, down.
Oh, not everybody. That's thrown around so much.
Yeah. So they made a couple. So one guy made a channel
Uh-huh.
attacking him. Attacking him.
Right.
And that's where that's where I came before I came to Voight.
I never was part of the Voight or anything like that.
No. Well, yeah, the boy, they have some strange.
No, I know them, but Mark's part of the Voight. I think Abe had something to do with it.
Oh yeah, Abe was part of the.
Abe
boy.
was, like I said, Abe was on the show.
Yeah.
He was great.
Oh yeah, he was he went live about an hour ago. He was live.
Yeah,
He went live and he had Wagon. I think Wagon was on.
How did Wagon come up?
Wagon.
I'm fine coming up again. I just have to wait, if I'm here at the right time. And I don't like panels. I like this one-on-one or with somebody like Shardy Boy.
Oh yeah, he's nice. Oh, guess what? Part of like he's also married, I think, to a Filipina also.
Oh, you should have mentioned that.
Yeah.
We have something in common, huh?
Oh yeah.
Well, we have a lot to talk about if he's married to a Filipina.
To his side chat, a lot of Filipino women come.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, to his side chat. He's a musician.
Oh, if he likes history, I'm the guy to talk history,
Yeah,
psychology.
I met him at that community.
What community?
It's a dragon channel, dragon.
Oh, dragon channel.
Yeah, drag people.
What do you mean drag people?
Well, over there with where Glenn comes from, over there with Andrew. You know Andrew.
No, you mean Glenn from Poons?
Yeah,
Rabbit. That Glenn?
Yeah, that Rabbit. Yeah, Glenn.
I didn't know he had a show.
No.
Channel. I didn't know he had a channel.
No. He does have a channel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he doesn't stream very often.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, he did stream, but what happened was with him, a lot of the people took advantage of him, and they would start up shit, between,
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
there's real slime buckets who will take advantage of maybe somebody a little bit slower than them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they took advantage and they started fighting with me.
I don't I'm not like Wendy Pack. Whatever you are, you got to entertain. And
oh man, poor Wendy.
You know what I mean? Just if you can't handle it, it's not a good thing to be up.
Yeah,
because you want to, you got to be able to. I went in there a couple of times, but it's just not for me, man.
No, I went there one time and I was talking with that German guy, not Yuri, but the other guy, older guy.
I don't know the older. Oh, I don't like. You mean Ing?
Yeah, from Canada.
Oh, this Ing was part of a hate group, and he started saying my kids were taken. He just made it up. I don't like that guy at all. I know him. He used to be part of RDA, and he used to. Wazzy Doggy kicked him out because in Discord he kept simping for the women or something. He's not a good guy.
Oh, that guy. Okay, he was part of RDA with those guys with Russ and.
Yeah, absolutely. He was part of that hate group. Yeah, and then he was kicked out. Yeah, I've talked to him before. In fact, he's German, but I had to tell him about Hindenburg. He didn't even know German. He's an idiot. He was into drugs. I don't like the guy. He's second tier. I know the guy.
Well, I know the other guy, Yuri. I don't even
Well,
trust him.
Yurik's on Shaw all the time, of course.
I mean, I seen him over at sometimes. I seen him on March. I seen him
Oh, he goes everywhere. You mean
on
you're talking about
Pool.
Yurik? Yurik?
Yeah,
York? It's York, right?
yeah, the guy who's always drinking.
Yeah.
He's always like,
Sad, isn't he? Isn't he
yeah,
sad? Yeah.
yeah. He's always like drinking, and he just
He's
woke
drinking
up.
himself to death.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And he looks it too. He looks worse and worse.
yeah. He looks like he just woke up every time I see him. Sounds
Well,
like
he
pizza.
drinks when I've talked to him a lot. He drinks as soon as he wakes up, man.
Yeah,
He's a real drunk.
yeah.
And
He
but
drinks
he's
it.
nice. He's nice to people on
Yeah, yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I never seen him, talk shit about someone.
Well, I
That's
have. He can get so drunk. He can get really belligerent, especially with
well,
his politics. He screams.
oh yeah, oh yeah. He screams at
I
everything.
don't
Yeah,
provoke him. I used to provoke him because his racism really bothered me, but I don't do that anymore.
oh, I remember one time he was on Pool
Yeah,
a while back. That's where I met him, and he said some nasty stuff about Jews and everything.
yeah. Well,
And he said,
Poon, the first time he went on Poon tore him apart for an hour and a half, talked about Jew balls in his mouth.
yeah,
Poon he couldn't take it and he flipped out.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he
Poon
was
was
real
great
nasty.
that time. I remember that, man.
Yeah. What's the name of that guy who goes on? He's a friend of Pool.
Uh,
He also lives in Texas.
who is it?
I don't know, but he talks. He has a very high voice. If he talks,
Well, someone said that Poon gave his channel to Jordan. Do you know Jordan?
yeah, I know Jordan.
Yeah. Someone said he now has the channel.
Oh yeah,
He always said he would give it to Jordan. Jordan's a nice guy. Talked to him
oh
a
yeah,
couple times.
I talked to him before.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, I talked to him before. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad he gave it to him. At least he didn't give it to a red. But back to that. Yeah,
With Poon, probably like people do to me, uh, these shows I fast forward. I'm not
yeah.
going to give it 4 hours or 2 hours. So I
No,
fast
no.
forward to a part which may. Sometimes I just don't even stop at all. I just fast forward, and
Yeah.
none of it looks good. And sometimes I'll stop. You know,
Oh man.
that's a lot of time. So it's really got to be good for me to watch, not these average crap shows, Carlitos. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, you get a lot of these shows that people just go in and they just start their crap and they
Yeah.
talk.
Well, you got a lot of these shows, like they have they're second tier people, but they just hang out there. So some of these people, I'm thinking of The Shift, they're the same old people, co-host,
You
and
know,
I would like a co-host, but not necessarily a crew like that.
I've been hanging around lately in the mob community where they talk
Uh-huh.
about the mob and everything channels.
Yeah.
And there's some streamers, some folks who are former mobsters who go on.
I think maybe we talked about this. I sometimes go into this Michael Franzese,
Yeah.
this mob guy. Maybe you're talking about him too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
He's
him
pretty
too.
good. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good.
He was like you're talking about. He was the real thing, or is.
Yeah, he was.
He had Sammy the Bull on. I didn't watch it yet.
Oh yeah, he had some of the bull. One time they got into I don't know, I think fighting. I think they were arguing one time.
Yeah. See, before I came on air and stuff, I would watch all these really really big shows like Rogan, but I like the chat, so that's the difference.
Yeah, I saw Rogan. I even saw Mike Tyson's podcast.
I've seen Mike Tyson so much, and I read his autobiography.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
Tyson's a very smart guy.
Yeah, he's a smart guy, but the only thing I don't like sometimes when he's like interviewing guests, he fucking just kind of he can be annoying and interrupting guests. When their guests are very interesting, he has some. Sometimes he brings up good people, really interesting people, and they talk stuff, and then he starts kind of like interrupting them. Say, "What the? Oh man!"
My guess would be he's probably on drunk or drugs.
Yeah. Oh well.
That would be my guess.
Yeah. Well, he promotes this. I mean, he had a guy there who used to be his co-host. He was some guy who used to play for the Chicago Bears. I forgot his name. Guy's name, but he was his co-host on the show. But now, I think he has another co-host on his podcast. And man, he promotes. And they were saying about this drug that you find in Mexico to make you good. I think they were talking about peyote or something.
I've taken peyote when I was younger.
Oh man, I heard that shit really.
What happens is it's a natural. LSD is man-made. So you take the peyote and then you kind of throw up a little bit, but it's very, very hallucinogenic. I wouldn't take it now, but I had a good time on it. It's very it's things
Yeah,
things like the wall can shake. Um,
yeah.
um, the lake could become an ocean. Very so I
Yeah.
enjoyed it, but I wouldn't do it now. Yeah.
Oh no, we never done that. No, no, no. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you got these interesting streams. You're like, damn, like Joe Coco Diaz or something.
The
I
thing
heard
with
that.
Tyson is you do that when you're younger. I read his autobiography. It was really good,
Yeah,
but he did drugs a lot, man. A
yeah.
lot.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. They said that he even before he got into boxing, he had a habit of stealing. Like women's purses. He would.
Well, when he was very young, I think it was in Bronxville or something, New York
Yeah,
City. As a child, they used him to go through windows and then
yeah,
burglarize because he was small as a kid. So he started very, very young being a criminal, and he was in juvie a lot and kept getting busted. And then Gus uh, D'Amato
yeah.
um, was alerted by this guy worked in juvie with Tyson, and he was an ex-boxer and saw
Hmm.
how great Tyson was. He contacted Gus, and Gus had, I think, been manager for a couple guys,
Yeah.
and but Tyson was a criminal and got away with a lot while in
Mhm.
with Gus.
Yeah, he was, but Gus, actually brought him in, and he
Yeah,
raised him in a way.
yeah, but he wanted a champion.
Yeah,
Did he really raise him with values? I don't know.
yeah, with
Gave him a
value.
family life, but
Yeah,
look what happened to him because he went on. He was accused of rape and
yeah, he
drug,
became.
drug, drug.
Yeah, he became.
He
Well,
should have he should have trained him to be independent,
exactly.
Carlos.
Exactly. When he broke into. When he broke into the boxing world, he was.
Yeah,
Nobody is. Nobody have seen a heavyweight in years like Mike Tyson.
correct.
He was retiring. He was like retiring the old time. He put them away. He took
Um,
on Larry Holmes. He was already in his prime.
he would just invade people.
Yeah, he was
He
just.
wasn't that tall. I think he was under 6 foot,
Yeah,
but I saw his he was very muscular, thick, and so powerful
yeah,
and aggressive, right? He would
aggressive.
just walk through people. Great
Yeah,
champion.
yeah, aggressive, and then he had a. He was pretty. He was like pretty good. But what happened when he lost the title to Buster Douglas in 1990
In Japan, yeah.
in Japan? They were saying that that he wouldn't lose the title if he wouldn't fire his trainer. There was another guy, Ruin or something. I think it was Ruin or
Yeah, but
something.
in the book, he didn't put in the work for Japan.
Yeah,
That's basic because I think he refought him and just destroyed the guy later on.
yeah.
But yeah, he talks about all that stuff in the book, man.
Oh, I still remember that fight. I said, "What the fuck?" I watched that fight live. I remember.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it was on HBO fight back
Uh-huh.
then,
Uh-huh.
and I
I've
and
seen a
I
clip of it. I've seen it.
yeah I saw that with that fight.
The referee probably should have counted out that guy. I remember.
Yeah, yeah, because Don King was pissed off.
Don King wrecked Tyson, kind of, in the book.
Well, a
And
lot. Yeah, well, a lot of boxers have from back then
mhm.
are talking are calling out Don King and
Well,
saying,
the Don King used the race card thing,
"Yeah,
right?
well,
Oh, I'm black, you're black against the white. But he just used them. People are
Don
people.
King. Well, Don King was a former convicted bookmaker.
He was
He,
convicted of manslaughter, I think.
yeah,
He
manslaughter.
killed a man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was a book. His when he was a criminal profession,
Uh-huh.
he was a bookmaker for the mob in
No,
Cleveland.
of course, the mafia ran boxing in the day
Yeah, in those
with
days,
Sonny Liston
yeah,
days.
Yeah, Sonny Liston, you had all these boxers, even as back to the, if you go
Yeah.
back to the 40s and 50s, there was a lot of mob involvement
Well,
over there.
like I brought up Sonny Liston, he's the classic
Yeah.
example. He
Classic.
worked
Oh,
for the
yeah.
mob. Uh,
Classic.
Sonny Liston went to Las Vegas and hooked up with a mobster who took care of it, a
Yeah.
Jewish mobster guy.
Sonny Liston was, in my opinion,
Mhm.
he was a lot stronger than Ali.
Yeah.
And he was more, and he was like more more aggressive than Ali.
Yeah.
Ali had more technique, more technique, more.
He was
Ali knew how
quicker,
quicker, and
smarter,
yeah,
but
and
yeah,
because Ali had that charisma, that way of waiting for you. He had to
yeah,
think, come to you first, and he would,
he was
you know,
smart.
smart, give you the boom,
So
have you around that. And Liston was different. He was from the old school boxers, walk that way.
you were,
The
yeah,
old school boxer.
you were talking about HBO. There was a documentary on Liston I watched
Yeah. Oh
this
yeah,
year.
many ones. Yeah,
So
there
you
was many
saw it. So
Liston.
we both, yeah,
Yeah, Liston.
that's
I
what I'm
think I
talking
seen
about.
that. Yeah, HBO did some of the greatest sports documentaries.
Yeah, they do, huh?
Yeah, I remember they did this one years ago. I'm trying to find it. It was called Champions of American Sport. They were called,
No, I didn't hear.
and
I
they
didn't
had all
watch
these.
that.
Yeah, and it was about these. It was about all these famous athletes from.
Uh-huh.
We're talking from the past, from
Right.
baseball, from Mickey Mantle to Will Chamberlain to the great, Arthur Ashe, who was the first black winner of a,
Who died
of
of AIDS?
yeah, exactly. And you
Black
got them,
tennis player.
all these guys. Great, great documentary. And there was another documentary that I'm trying to find it on YouTube,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know why I cannot find it.
What's it of?
It was a sports It was a sports talk show. This was
Mhm.
before ESPN. Well,
Uh-huh.
ESPN was already on the air,
Right.
when this show happened, but ESPN wasn't much into. But this was a syndicated back then show
Uh-huh.
that was a film not too far from where I live now, over in
All
La
right.
Costa,
Uh-huh.
and they would walk
La
around.
Costa, that's where
Yeah,
that hotel is.
yeah, exactly.
Owned by the Teamsters Union or something.
True. Oh yeah, and
Yeah,
okay,
I know.
and the show consisted of having somebody like a retired athlete, for
Uh-huh.
example, was let's see, in the early '80s, late '70s, maybe Bill Russell, who played for the Celtics,
Bill Russell, of course.
and there was another woman who was on the show. Back then, she was one of the first women to go into to be a sportscaster. Back then, it's not like today. Back then, it
Right.
was different. There was a woman
Well,
named,
I mean, they interview, but I can't think of any real
yeah,
great female
yeah, oh
sportscasters.
yeah, her name was Jane Kennedy. Very, really attractive woman.
Uh-huh.
Black
Sounds
attractive woman.
familiar.
Yeah,
Sounds
and
familiar.
she was also married to this actor who was a B movie actor
Yeah.
who did these movies called. Well, we'll talk about it a little later about him. And the show consisted that they walk around the park, the golf park, and they
Uh-huh.
will talk to somebody like from the past, like for example, they will bring up Mickey Mantle, or they will bring up Will Chamberlain or somebody, and they will talk about his career as they were walking by
Of
that
course,
show.
Mickey Mantle was bugged up because he was a drunk. He was such a great player, but if
Yeah,
he wasn't a drunk, what could he have been?
more. I think he would have been more.
Right.
Exactly more. He would probably would have had more. I mean, he
Well, of
retired.
course, he would have been even greater.
I mean, he retired with 500 and something homers, but he wouldn't have been a drunk.
Uh,
He would
yeah,
have.
he
He
was
would have
phenomenal athlete, but he was a drunk.
phenomenal. He was
Yep.
a great switch hitter,
Yep. Well, he was a power hitter too, though. He hit
power
a lot of
hitter.
home runs.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
mostly a home run hitter. He was a switch
Yeah.
hitter,
A lot of home runs.
power
He
hitter
played
first.
with, I think he played once with 1 year with Roger Maris, and
Yeah,
both of them were
that
going
would
for
be
the home run
late
title.
'50s, early '60s. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was back then. Oh yeah, he was a great player, and they
Great
had.
Yankee teams.
No, yeah,
Now it's just money. They try to
yeah,
buy the.
money. Well,
Well, they
yeah,
always had money, but
Yeah, they always had money. They didn't make a lot of money back for players back then.
Isn't that terrible? Yeah, that like a lot of those, say in the 50s, had to have summer jobs selling cars.
Well, yeah, well, you know, the athletes, you
Mm-hmm.
know, the baseball players
Mm-hmm.
would go on after the you know when the season ended, they would go take regular jobs.
Yeah,
One was
that's what
something,
I'm talking about. Yeah.
yeah, like real estate insurance or something. They
Yeah.
would take a regular job once they
Well,
were in.
there's always been like, why do people complain about Hollywood actors? But why they put themselves out there? Why have the producers make all the money? Like, remember the record companies? Same bullshit, man. The
Yeah,
artists, because they're not business people, get bugged over, and most of the money goes to these producers who
yeah.
don't make the product. They don't make it.
Well, you know, like the only guys that made all the money were the most famous singers.
Even now, because it's hard to make money, and it's not like in the movies. You know, you
No,
tour,
no,
you're on a
it's
bus.
just
You know,
well, you know, it's a lot
hard to
has.
make.
You know, I mean, these
But,
movie stars make more than 20 million a movie.
well, there aren't many, but if they make it for the movie, they deserve it. Like
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger, you know.
yeah. Yeah, fortunately, I don't think he makes that much money. I don't think
And no, he
he does.
started to after Terminator. He was making 10, 20 million a film.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
There
But
was a period there he was a superstar.
yeah,
I
Sylvester
actually,
Stallone.
you know, I don't, I do like biographies, and I read Schwarzenegger's too.
Yeah,
He's an interesting guy.
yeah. How
His
he came.
he grew up in Austria. His father was a policeman, but they didn't make much money. In fact, they had to go out and get water.
Yeah.
They were pretty poor.
Mm. Oh yeah.
And but he got into bodybuilding, and it changed his life. But what he did was, when in his day, bodybuilders were considered freaks, right, by the
Yeah.
general public. And he changed the whole image. Here was a smart guy, attractive guy,
Yeah.
not a freak, and along with Joe Weider and Gold's Gym, and
Hmm.
it took off because of Schwarzenegger. Before that, it was a fringe. Like now, it's still a fringe thing.
Well, in the '70s, I was a kid in the '70s,
No,
and a lot of the kids like who were like the older kids and from middle school to from middle school to high school and college, a lot of them were were into bodybuilding. Back in those days, it was
well, I lifted weights and I was into it. I bought those, and because when you're an adolescent,
mm,
16, you want the dames. So I got into it too, and it
mhm.
worked. You know,
it was
but not,
yeah,
I don't buy
yeah.
those magazines now or internet. Look at
No,
bodybuilding.
I tried bodybuilding, but I don't think I never did much. I was not
Me too. I
much into
know.
bodybuilding. I tried it once.
To compete, you got to take the steroids anyway.
Yeah. Well, I was on a.
I went to a show at San Diego State. They had like some weeder bodybuilding competition.
Mhm.
I've been to a couple of those bodybuilding shows.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a. Yes, I see those shows.
But
Yeah.
I think when Schwarzenegger left the scene, it lost its interest for most people.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
he
Yeah.
well, Joe Weider. I don't know if you remember those muscle magazines. Brought him over from Germany.
Oh, yeah.
I think he lived in Santa Monica, and Schwarzenegger eventually started buying real estate, and that's really where he made his first money,
Oh, yeah.
in Santa Monica with real estate. So he's a real
Yeah.
good businessman too.
Yeah. He was. Yeah. He was. I remember seeing him in a magazine,
Mm-hmm.
in some business magazine with him
Uh-huh.
back in the '80s, and he was saying
Uh-huh.
how he was one of the best of real estate.
Yep, that's
Something
where he
in
made his
California.
smart guy.
Yeah.
He's still a businessman.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
he, you know.
As a matter of fact, a friend of mine actually is a woman I know who's a friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
Professor Rouse.
Uh-huh.
She was married to a friend of mine for years. Now they're divorced, and she went to work with Arnold's organization,
Uh-huh.
and she made a lot, and she made some money there. But I've been hearing stories about her sister telling me that they haven't found her, that she's been drinking a lot,
Oh.
that and so on. But
Well, the rumor was that Schwarzenegger did some gay stuff when he came to Santa Monica because there's parts of the bodybuilding world that there's a lot of gay people. I
yeah, oh
remember
yeah, I remember that.
I remember going in when I lived in Hollywood this because I used to work actually when I was homeless I would go in these places and use their showers. Their security wasn't so horrible. I'd walk right by, I was good looking, especially
Mhm.
back then, and I'd go I because I wanted to take a shower, but there was this one in Hollywood I went in later on, and it it was gay. You could tell the looks, the way they looked, the men looked at each other, very uncomfortable. But yeah,
Yeah,
just like with pornography, the money's supposed to be with gay porn, or was.
yeah, well, yeah. They're saying that the guys, the gay, all the guys that they get you who do gay porn are not
Hmm.
really gays. They do it because they say
Yeah, you know what? I heard
they
that
get paid
too.
more money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's just where the money is,
yeah.
right?
Where their money is, that's why they do it. And they have, and they
Abe
have
doesn't
wife and
like me.
kids.
Abe doesn't like me talking about gay. I
Mhm.
think he got mad at me once.
Oh
Well, I'm
yeah.
just talking about it. I'm not
What?
gay.
What?
Yeah, I don't think he liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I have these experiences where gay came on to me. If you live in
Mhm.
Hollywood and I was young,
And Poole left the code. It says they call people gay.
Poons, remember he kicked, hear the story where some guy came on to him and he kicked him off a moving vehicle?
Yeah, I heard that story about Poole. Yeah.
I brought it up. Yeah. I'm,
Well, similar thing happened to me, but I didn't kick. I hit the guy, but I didn't.
yeah, you
I, I,
punch him and you
I
say, get
punched
away
him.
from here.
Yeah. No, actually, he was like well, yeah, that's it. But he was this guy. A friend of mine. He was like joking around.
Uh,
He was like trying to grab my private part. Hey, what the fuck? Come on, let's put it to you
yeah,
like this
well,
until I
that
punched.
happened to me a number of times too.
Yeah, and until I say boom, until I use my arm and punch him. I hit him with my
But
arm. Yeah,
I just got used to it. It was part of Hollywood. And,
yeah.
um,
Oh, yeah, it's part of that. I
but,
remember.
but this one, the most famous person I became a friend with, he was a sitcom writer,
Mhm.
and I worked for him as like a waiter. He lived in Malibu. I've talked about him,
Yeah.
and but he never told me he was gay. He came from a religious family in New York,
Mhm.
but the thing that wrecked it was finally, after working, kind of being friends with him, he was drunk, and he made the move on me, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
I was going to do a show on the move. What I mean is, all of us, it's subtle because you want to kiss a girl, but you got to make the move, and sometimes you don't know. Do you know what I mean, Carlos? Like you take a risk, but you
Yeah.
got to make a move from friendship, and then you got to get the kiss, and
Well,
that's
yeah.
kind of a risky thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta. I mean, you gotta. Ask her out. Make you
Yeah,
friends with
that
her. And,
too.
yeah.
And then you go out with her, and then there's a time where you're alone with her, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
calls for the move. Most
Yeah.
times you read the signals right, but
Yeah.
sometimes
Well,
you're not sure.
when I did it with my last girlfriend,
Mhm.
I had more luck. She did the first move with me.
Sometimes the women, but tradition, even now, I think, well, I don't know
Mhm.
what it's like as a 20-year-old, but
Mhm.
when I grew up, it was still primarily, but you had those women, of course, right? But I don't know if I like that when they
Oh
get,
yeah, yeah. But this,
I like the challenge.
yeah.
Yeah.
For me, check this out. We went to the beach. This was about 7 years ago, and and we were and we were sitting,
Hmm.
and I didn't bring my my shorts or bathing suit to go into the water.
Hmm.
So she brought it in. She went into the water. Okay, good. I'll stay here. I didn't bring it, but she went.
Right.
And when she took her, and when she took this, not her clothes, but well, yeah, her clothes, but her
Uh-huh.
and just her bathing suit, but she had a bathing, but not a bikini. She started kissing me very
Uh-huh.
intimately.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, boom, 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 and more intimately. And I said to myself, God, check this out, 2 50-year-olds here, and we were surrounded by all these kids around, these college kids,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're saying, "God, can you imagine who? Can you imagine if we would have got if we would have got arrested or something? There would people would say, oh, those kids are probably doing it again. No, they arrested 2 50-year-olds. Yeah, they arrested two
That
50.
is, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Women can be aggressive, especially if you get drunk.
yeah. No, she wasn't drunk. She's a
Mm.
nice woman, a really nice woman. She
Yeah.
was really. I'm still friends with her.
No, it's nice.
We haven't, like that.
Do you have a girlfriend now?
No,
Mm.
not right now.
You will in the future.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
They say
that's fun looking forward to.
they say they say the person, whether it's your girlfriend or something,
Mhm.
that person will find you. Never go on the planet. She'll find you. They'll say that. That's what
Well,
I heard.
I don't know about that. I know
Yeah,
it. Like, oh, there's one person for it. Nah, I don't think
yeah.
so.
It's fine. You're anything.
I've had many.
I
Too
heard
many.
about this. The woman who told me that thing is when one
Uh-huh.
time I think somebody some mentors. I think this man or woman who was a mentor to her was telling her that Miriam, the woman was her name. She's a good
Uh-huh.
friend of mine. I even wanted to go out with her, but I learned something that she was not interested in me. But no, I didn't
Uh-huh.
protest. She was nice enough woman. I
Uh-huh.
didn't want to say anything. She just
Right.
wasn't interested in me, and we still. And she came from. And she told me that don't find a person. The person will find you. Like that.
Well, I know what you're talking about, but
Yeah.
that's not true. As a matter of fact, I totally disagree because, like some of these people, like Rev, they stay in their room. Well, you gotta put yourself out there to meet people. They're
Yeah.
not gonna just show up.
Exactly.
So that's that idea. And the more numbers you have, the better chances. If you go
Yeah.
out a lot, you're gonna meet more people.
Oh,
Blah
yeah,
blah blah.
sure. There's going to be a lot of people, whether we go to the store, go to school, park,
Yeah.
libraries, church, whatever.
Well,
That's how it,
I was so arrogant. I ran away to Hollywood and thought,
yeah,
oh, no problem, they'll see me. Oh,
yeah,
they'll. I heard somebody was discovered like in Sunset Strip in a
yeah.
restaurant. Never happened that way. I had a couple auditions, but no, nobody showed up at my door. You know what I mean?
Well,
Well, I gotta go. My wife just came in.
okay. All right,
Wait,
man. I'll
wife,
go.
wife, say hello.
Hey, hello.
That's Carlos.
Hey, hello. How you doing? Good
She's
evening.
in. It's always nice talking with you, Carlos.
All right, man. You too, man. We'll do this another time, man.
Take care, man.
Oh, you too,
See you.
man. Good night.
God bless.
God bless you. Well, that was it, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow or the next day. Okay. Good night and good luck. Well,